Hey guys, we are ready for our AFW After Dark review show for Double or Nothing. EVP Joe, you know what to do.
Hit that music.
We're clear for takeoff.
That's all systems go. Need that AFW logo on stat.
You're watching the AFW Network.
Hey guys, it is I, your Canadian hero, your patron saint of professional wrestling, your gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch, Canada effing dry, damn it. What a show we had tonight. Non-stop action. I love AW pay-per-views.
Oh yeah, it was a good. It was a great pay-per-view.
Oh my goodness. EVP Joe, you got your shtick ready?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was doing a bunch of things at once. It's me. It's EVP Joe, here to talk wrestling on a early Monday morning here on the East Coast. So let's do this thing.
And then we got the guy who we haven't seen in a while. He's Lord Ryan Rich.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Lord of the Manor. It is the Lord Ryan Rich, and we are coming to you hot on a Memorial Day weekend here in the United States of America. And bam! What a way to kick off a celebration for our fallen veterans this week. Woo!
What are you, Ric Flair? And we have someone backstage. We got timeless Trey J. Styles.
What's up, Trey?
Hey, how's it doing?
Are you going to be with us for the show or just stopping in?
No, I think I'll stay for a while.
Okay, cool.
I
Introduce
think I'll
yourself.
be here for the
You
whole
need to stick
thing, but
around
I'll
for
be
the
here
main
for-
event, sir.
I
You
gotta
stick
tell
around
y'all,
for the main event.
I feel like me and Rich had one of the greatest matches of all time. But I realized what I had to do, and I had to go perfect. You guys saw me training. You guys saw me getting ready. You guys saw me preparing. You guys saw me even shopping a little bit because I do these things because I prepare for greatness, and Rich is everything but. And I want to formally announce as my first act of business, Rich will never get a shot at this title while I am champion because I am not going through that shit again.
For those who are watching, we have a prediction league. That
One of the
also
greatest
have
on the planet.
AFW. And that's what they're speaking about. We did some predictions on Double or Nothing tonight, and
Absolutely.
they had a match.
Yeah. So
Okay, so we ready to start talking stone wrestling?
Yes, let's start off with the buy-in of the lovely ladies.
Well, first off, just let me say congrats to my brother and my best friend. Trey J. Styles, you're smart to never face me again because you know it would never happen again. So that's pretty smart. I'll give you that, brother. I'm about 10 beers deep. So we'll go with that for now.
yeah,
I love
man,
you, brother. Congrats.
had me clenching my butt cheeks at the end of that match.
And of course, this show's been brought to you by the Red Flag Society.
Woo!
And if you get online, you're getting a red flag.
Miller Lite.
I support that.
Okay, we ready, guys? Ready to talk
Yeah,
wrestling?
let's talk about the buy-in.
Okay, so first match of the night was our women's tag team match of Megan Bain and Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay and Harley. I almost said Harley Quinn, Harley Cameron.
It's an easy slip.
It's easy, yeah.
Awesome tag match. Canada Dry, got to give it to you. You called the ending today on the All Effin' Wrestling Show.
I know. I was trying to convince y'all, but y'all, what am I, American now? Y'all.
What did you do?
Spilling blood after the match, baby. That's what I do.
But yeah, great match. Megan Bain looked like the monster that she is, but in the end, Harley Cameron pinned Penelope Ford. Canada Dry, take your victory lap.
I will take my victories where I can get them.
Gee.
I'm making a bold claim here that Harley Cameron will be a champion by the end of this year. She will have gold in AEW because she is such a showman.
Mm-hmm.
She is so freaking talented that you need to put some gold around this girl's waist.
I think it's going to be gold that's not yet in the company.
Possibly, we were talking about that. Like Anna Jay and her, they look like a great tag team.
Mm-hmm. Lord Ryan Rich.
Lord Ryan Rich thinks that this was a fantastic buy-in match.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you have to have Harley and Anna go over. Like, you just have to. And no better way to do it than on a free buy-in stage across the world. I think this does leaps and bounds to elevate the women's division.
Mm-hmm.
You got 4 of your biggest people in there right now outside of your champs, and you get to showcase them. And Megan Bain looks just as terrible and terrifying as she should.
Mm-hmm.
But you get the baby faces winning in the end. You get that finally, that payoff. And that's what I enjoyed about this match.
Okay, real quick before we go to Timeless Trey J Styles. Canada Dry, what's your grade for this match?
For this, I'm giving this a B.
Lord Ryan Rich?
B+.
All right, now we go to the man down here, the man of the hour.
I'm gonna be completely honest with this. People like Megan Bain are not only are they rare talents, but they are rarely used properly to get people over. See, she lost nothing from this match. Like, nobody's looking at her as any less. Nobody looks at her as any less dominant. Nobody looks at her as any less of a contender. And I think that is the strength of a character like that. Having Penelope Ford take the loss doesn't hurt anything. We expect Penelope Ford to take a loss. Matter of fact, we're surprised when she wins.
Even though she is one of the better wrestlers, actual wrestlers in the women's division. She's
Absolutely.
a workhorse.
Absolutely. And she's a day one.
Yep.
So there's always that sense there. Anna Jay, you always she's always going to have that fan base because she's a day one as well. Harley Cameron, though, has kind of etched in this space that we thought was reserved for Toni Storm. The fact
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, or an Orange Cassidy. It's like you're a comedic wrestler that we want to root for. Like, we don't want to just see you pop up on screen. It's like exposure is like sunlight to her Supergirl.
Yeah,
she is phenomenal. She is eye-catching. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's eye-catching. She has an in-ring style that's just chaotic. Everything about her is like the perfect storm, to put a pun on that.
No pun intended.
Right, no pun intended. But I think that we have to look at it as a whole, and we really did actually see 4 women elevate in this. And it really doesn't, we're not going to be thinking about the loss. We're going to be thinking about the fact that what are these girls going to do next? That's what we want to see.
Trey J, can I really pitch something to you really quickly?
Please do.
I'm going to throw you a pitch and you're going to knock it out of the park. You ready?
Okay.
What about that Anna Jay booty spot? Shoving Penelope Ford in there.
It's perfect. Like, you need, but you have to also think about it. You need moments like that because you have to remember the buy-in's not the show. The buy-in is what you need to put out there to get people who are on the fence to buy the show. Yeah. And stuff like that attracts that extra dollar. This is business. Yep. It's like, you put that on a t-shirt, you got something there. People are going to buy that. And then when you really think about it, that is what makes so many things work. Because it's not overdone, it's not overused. It's like I mean, I'm assuming that you guys watched Saturday night's main event, right?
Yep.
Ron Cena was the greatest thing that we had seen, and there are very rare times where you're looking at somebody who is in on the joke, but you don't feel like they're the butt of the joke. It's like you look at R-Truth and you say, we got to protect them at all costs. You can look at anybody in this match and say, we need to protect them at all costs because they all do their jobs well.
Yeah.
You can't ask for more than that.
Well said. And what grade do you give this?
I'm going to give it a B+. I'm going to be with Rich on this one.
All right.
Okay. I got two things. One, I absolutely love both teams matching gear in this match.
Yeah.
It definitely gives me vibes like we're going to get women's tag titles soon.
Oh, yeah. It gives us a full real division feel.
Penelope's blue hair was just awesome, dude. Like, I loved it.
So just a heads up for the flower shop at the end. We're gonna be doing our gold medal match, our silver medal match, and our bronze medal match.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do.
All right.
And my other observation is, and I don't know how much of a hot take this is, this may be the greatest night of women's wrestling in this company that we've ever seen.
I don't necessarily think you can limit it to this company. We saw a lot of good women's wrestling tonight.
We're only getting into the beginning of it too.
Right.
We saw 10 different women wrestle on this card tonight, including the pre-show.
Yeah.
We also saw I don't want to belabor the point, but NXT also saw 4 great women wrestle as well. So I mean, women's wrestling has definitely seen a resurgence up from, I think, where it might have even been a year ago.
Yeah.
These women are carrying shows.
As well they should be.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, enjoyed this match. I would have been perfectly fine if this was the lead-in match to the main event.
I don't even remember anything that happened with the match too. I have no clue. I don't remember.
Oh, there's only one good thing that I remember in the second match, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I'm with Rich and Trey J. I'm giving this a B+. I thought it was great, and
I'm going to change mine because that booty spot, that's worth a plus right there.
Yeah. But I'll throw this out. Bleacher Report, they're haters. They gave this match a C+.
That's not terrible.
Yeah, but no, I mean, Bleacher Report notoriously
does not understand the business of wrestling.
Yeah,
they keep trying to. It's kind of like when you love a movie, but the other person says, "Oh, this only has a 53% on Rotten Tomatoes." It's like,
I don't care.
I always check IMDb out of anything because that's where the people decide.
Right, and I think that's what we're getting too used to. We're letting these other people come in. I mean, we let Cage Match oftentimes determine whether or not a match is good, like with their rating system. It's like, get serious.
But that's why it's cool what we do here on the pay-per-views because we're giving our rating and then we'll see what those guys get. Yeah, which one you like better, us or them?
Okay, I know you didn't say you didn't watch this match, Canada, but we'll.
I did, but I don't remember anything about it.
Oh, well, so the second match of the 0 hour was Crew and RPG Vice versus AR Fox, Commander, Hologram, Bandito. So, Canada, you have anything to say? If not, we'll just jump right to Lord Ryan Rich.
I don't remember notable about it. I'm going to give this a C just because I can't remember anything about it.
Okay. Lord Ryan Rich.
Yeah, it was a fun match. I enjoyed it. It was high flying. You had that controlled chaos that I know that my teddy bear loves up there. It wasn't 5 stars or anything else like that, but for a free match, I mean, you can't really go wrong. I would have to give it a C+ at the very least.
Trey J. Styles, what do you got to say, sir? Pass.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch that one. I didn't watch it. I should have. I probably should have, but I was trying to rush on. Part of the reason I told Canada Dry that I wanted to be on the show this morning, but it was too close to my niece's graduation party, and so I was able to like get the first match because I had it on my Bluetooth while I was coming home, and then when that second match came on, I was just trying to get back into the house. So I was
Well,
like,
I love that you surprised us by coming on here tonight.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you guys still allow me to pop up here. You
Oh,
know,
of course.
I know my schedule is terrible, and but I always love you guys, and I always try to
We'd
watch.
love to have you on a Dynamite After Dark one day because
I'm gonna
we
be
had
on
you
that.
on
I'm
there
gonna
for a
be
long
on a lot
time as
this
part of
summer.
that show.
Y'all got to remember, like I'm a teacher, so summers are off. So I'm like, I'm here when you guys do Dynamite After Dark for the summer. I'm there,
Nice, awesome. Let's do it.
definitely.
Okay.
I wanted to do Dynamite After Dark that night that I was actually there, like like
Yeah.
the last time I did, I was live there.
So I will admit this second match was fine, but the only good thing that came out of it is actually Andretti got his ass kicked and got pinned.
And what do you give this?
A C. It was your typical 8-man match with the luchadors just going crazy.
What did the other guys give it?
I think they gave it a C plus. Yeah, C plus.
Okay.
So now we jump to the main event, or the main card, I should say. And we start off with the women's Owen Hart Cup final with Mercedes Moné versus Jamie Hayter. Just a better match than I thought it was going to be, honestly. Probably one of the best matches of the night. And in my opinion, the right person won in Mercedes Moné.
Yeah.
So, but I'll talk last. The Canada Dry, what are your thoughts on the match?
This was a good way to start the show. Mercedes Moné is winning people over.
Mm-hmm.
Like when she first came to AEW, she had so many naysayers.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a star. And she needs to be treated like a star. And this match, it was good. I'm giving this match B plus.
Lord Ryan Rich?
I think it's highly unusual to start a pay-per-view with a women's match. I think that was very brave.
Mm-hmm.
And I absolutely loved it. I thought that they told a great story in the ring. I like Mercedes has still never been beaten. And now she goes in to All In versus the world champion, the hottest world champion that AEW has ever seen in the women's division.
Mm-hmm.
And I am just stoked. I'm stoked because I thought there was a small chance that Mina might win to try to play it back with the whole New Japan Strong title. But I much rather would watch Mercedes and Toni Storm. So I was very happy with
That's gonna put some asses in the seats.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I would give this an A minus.
Trish Styles, what you got, sir?
So I'm going to start. If we can go back a few weeks actually. This was the best built Mercedes Moné match. If you guys remember, this match was set in stone like a month ago, and you guys, I think we've all said it at some point in time. Mercedes came in with a lot of baggage. We've all heard the Mercedes Hogan jokes and so on and so forth. I think this was, if it didn't shake that label, it definitely helped in the right direction. She looked good. She put Jamie Hayter over a lot. It wasn't just, hey, look at me. I think that her ability showed through rather than my contract saying that I have to win this. I think that she was the right person to win. I think that the match between her and Toni Storm is the right match for All In. But I also want to say that Jamie Hayter had lost a lot of inertia, had lost a lot of traction in the time that she was gone. I mean, injuries have a bad habit of doing that. But coming back, it was really tough because nothing really felt like it stuck. And she looked like she couldn't get out of second gear in some of the matches, and a lot of it had to do with the people that she was going against. She ran into that other visa issue not too long ago that also slowed down the momentum that she was trying to build. So it's been a tough road back.
And this gimmick hasn't helped.
Right, and I was about to get to that part. And
Okay,
the gimmick is not really clicking.
Yeah.
But give her somebody that she can go with, and the in-ring will speak for itself. And you have to remember, for the most part, that's what got her over the first time. It's almost like that's the secret sauce. Don't change what you know worked. Let's go ahead. Let's stop trying to pick up where we left off. Let's let her start back over from what worked. And this match did that incredibly. Not to mention the fact that at one point in time, wrestling, nobody wanted to go first. Now that's the second best spot to have.
Yeah.
And you have to deliver, and they did. And once again, like I said before, resurgence in women's wrestling. Both shows tonight, both NXT and AEW, both started off with women's matches. And I think that says a lot about where we are and where the direction of the business is, and also the value that we are now putting on women stars. Because this match could have gone anywhere on the card. It went first. And I think what it did too was it gave us a reason to look forward to the rest.
Oh, Millennium Noob gives it a D+.
No, I think he's referring to the 8-man tag match. That's been up for a while.
Oh, okay. Luckily,
Look, if you guys are going to put grades in the comments, attach a match.
tell us which match it's for, because
Trey J, what's your grade for the Mercedes Moné match?
I'm gonna still give it a B+. And that's only because I think we have known since this match was made who was winning.
Okay.
But they did a good job of selling the disbelief.
Oh yeah. They definitely gave us a good, like, in the match.
Yeah.
We definitely got like some good false finishes there.
I love this match. I thought it was the best women's match of the night. Spoiler. But I was watching this match and I had my bright light moment of why I hate Jamie Hayter so much. Jamie Hayter, look, she's a great wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Hayter is AEW's Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel's whole gimmick for forever was, I have a big back. Jamie Hayter is, I have a big arm, and it's stupid.
Yeah.
And I dress funny.
Yeah, don't get me started on her 70s.
And Joe doesn't like her hair.
I hate her orange hair because it reminds me of Becky Lynch. And I
think that's one of the things that was very off-putting about Jamie Hayter. They tried to make her their version. Like, you don't, and it's not even like great value Becky Lynch. It's like junior varsity Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
And she has so much more to offer than being a great value Becky Lynch.
Right, because she's nothing like Becky Lynch.
Yeah. Just she has an accent. That's it.
Yeah. Becky Lynch is supposed to be girl Stone Cold Steve Austin. She's a brawler. She's not a technical wrestler, none of that. Jamie Hayter was played off for so long as a power wrestler. You can't be a power wrestler and a brawler. Like, none of that stuff works just because you have a look. It doesn't make any sense. So,
and what did you give it, Joe?
I gave it an A. I thought it was the best women's match of the night, so can't give it anything less than that.
See, I didn't think it was the best women's match, but I have to put an asterisk on that until later.
All right.
Okay. Match number 2. Tag match. We got FTR versus Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. I'm going to say, I saw some people complaining about this, that this was kind of dull. I completely disagree. I think this match is exactly what it should have been. Dickhead FTR just slapping around both guys. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
So, Canada Dry, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, like FTR just it's such dicks. They are heels supreme, like old school heels.
Mm-hmm.
Like old school. Like, I love it. Danny Garcia looked great in this. Daddy Magic looked great. Nigel McGuinness turned back the clock. And the right team won. FTR getting the win. I give this match a B+ as well.
This was a fun match. It was like Joseph Graham said, it's exactly what it was supposed to be. This is the type you need an old school type wrestling match on this card when you have what's coming on down later on the line. You have to have that grounded match to remind you what the product is. So I am completely 100% okay with this match and how it turned out because that's exactly the way that it should have. I give this match a B+.
Trey J Styles, sir.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It took me a long time to discover Nigel McGuinness. I didn't really watch a lot of ROH. When I first found about Nigel McGuinness, he was in like TNA.
Oh,
But like
Desmond Wolfe.
the fact that his career was cut short has always kind of been a thing because once I did go back and find out more about him, and once I did realize, like, you know, I actually like this dude. He had such a great look. I mean, granted, now he's lost a lot of that mass that he had when he was an active wrestler. But like even technically, I mean, he was just so good. And I'm agree with Rich there. You have to have those grounded matches, or else, you know, you're gonna end up with too many versions of the 8-man tag. This right here is old school heels doing old school heel things, and this is how you play up good heels.
It's Mid-South wrestling at its best, baby.
Yeah, you don't have a good product without good heels. You can have all the good guys you want to, but it doesn't matter a lick. Batman does not matter a lick without his villains. Flash doesn't matter a lick without his villains. You know, like the heels are what make the show. That they bring the drama, and them going over makes you just chomp at the bit for somebody to finish the story. I know I hate that phrase too.
Do you know why people like Batman better than Superman?
Why?
Better villains.
Exactly.
Wrong. I like Superman better because he is the paragon of hope.
I'm not knocking Superman. I'm just saying Batman has a huge following, and it's because of the villains.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when you really think about it, it goes back to what people say. Marvel has always made their villains have purpose. DC, they're just villains.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, and in DC, they're gods, basically, as opposed to Marvel. They're people with powers who still struggle with everyday stuff.
And also
they're not always loved. They're not always loved.
And also fight gods. Loki, Thanos, Galactus, pretty much any Celestial. They're all gods.
Yeah. The creators.
We're going down a Marvel DC.
I was like, we are way off track.
Every time I see your shirt, it looks like the DC logo, so it just kind of throws me off.
It's meant to be.
I know, right? I love it.
I love it.
Okay. I'm gonna give the match a B. There was, I don't know. I know this is gonna sound bad. There was not enough Stoke for me. There wasn't enough Stoke. Stoke is such an underutilized character during his tenure in AEW, but yet he adds the spice that marbles the meat.
Yeah. Ooh. And he's the right person for FTR, isn't he?
Thank you. He's a perfect fit.
Yeah. He's better than Tully ever was.
Oh.
Yeah. Tully's one of them dudes that got too much baggage too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. But it's
mainly
just
his daughter.
I wasn't gonna say
it. Okay. Rook, I have a few things. I'm with you guys. I gave this like a B. I told you guys I thought this match is exactly what it was. My only gripe is that massive botch towards the end of the match where you had Dax sort of just like move Nigel out of the way so he could clothesline Cash. That was a little oof.
Yeah.
But I'm still on the train, and I don't know if it's going to be with FTR. We're getting a Daniel Garcia heel turn, and I think it starts tonight because everyone helped Nigel to the back, and they just said, "Fuck you, Danny. You're in the middle of the ring all by yourself."
maybe.
Okay, let me see. Bleacher Report gave this. Sorry. Oh, they gave it a B. So surprisingly, we're like right on.
We're pretty close.
Okay, next. One of the funnest matches of the night is the stretcher match between Mark Briscoe and Ricochet. I'm not even going to talk. I'm just going to hand it off to you guys. Let's go, Lord Ryan Rich. You go first this time.
Talk about fun. The fact that Mark Briscoe grew out as a Mohawk just to spite Ricochet, top notch. Top notch. I give you top marks, sir. That's great, because then they couldn't have the whole bald thing go against him. I love it. Dude, Mark Briscoe, what a national treasure this man is. He is just willing to go out there, whoop some ass, get his ass beat, bleed all over the place, all in the name of entertainment. This man, I love Jay Briscoe, but I am so excited about his brother's run in singles because this has been ridiculous. It's just been fun. He's been the ROH champion. He's been a part of like a lot of big matches that people really don't realize. They don't give him the credit for, but he has been a workhorse ever since he stepped foot in the doors of AEW. And I want to give him his flowers and his props. This was a great match. So many fun spots all the way through. Just for entertainment value alone, I give it an A.
JJ?
You have to have matches like this. I think that what we got with these, especially with the first, and I'm not even gonna just say the first three, because I do feel like there was something to adding the fourth one in this category as well, even though we haven't talked about it yet. But you are really showcasing the product here. You're showing that AEW is not just one thing. You're showing that, these are all these different things. Oh, and guess what? We can even blend some things with those. You got guys that have these two different styles, clash of styles, clash of fights, or what is it? Styles makes fights kind of thing.
Yep.
You have a stretcher match, which is probably like the safest of the hardcore matches to have.
Yeah.
And like I said, it doesn't, it doesn't take much to make that work. You have two guys that are daredevils that go out there and, Ricochet, despite what anybody says about him, is one of the most athletic people that has ever stepped foot in the ring. Mark Briscoe is so deceptive in his ability. Like, he just looks goofy, but he's just that guy. Like, he can do so much, and he has a tank that never hits empty. And so watching them go at it, you guys have to remember, this is probably like the 7th time in like 4 months that they fought, and yet they've brought something new every time. And it's like the stretcher match was probably should be the thing that caps off this rivalry. But we're going back to like the Continental Classic when they first started fighting. And you really have seen so much new stuff come about. The hair thing is hilarious. It really is. To make that kind of like a focal point of the feud, it's creative to sell that, but it's not an easy sell. So I still feel like the right person won that. Like Ryan says, go out. Briscoe goes out. He beats people up. He gets beat up. He takes the L. Loses no credibility.
What are you giving this?
I'm gonna give it an A. Actually, I'm gonna give it an A.
So
gory, bloody, violent, fun.
This is how I know this match is good. To really great. It doesn't feel less than after watching Anarchy in the Arena.
Mm-mm.
That said, Mark growing out his hair tripped me the fuck out because I swear to God, I thought I was looking at Jay sometimes. The way when he would stand, when the light would hit him at certain angles, he looked like Jay, and it tripped my mind out. That freaking shooting star press that Ricochet hit on that open freaking gurney, that just looked like it hurt. I don't care that there's a pad there. That shit just looked like it hurt quite a bit. But yeah, I'm giving this an A. I was thoroughly entertained by this. And like Trey J said, the right person won.
I'll say that this match had me smiling from ear to ear the whole time. That is so rare in wrestling, to be able to just smiling at what you're watching. And Mark Briscoe killed it. But Ricochet is such a star. I'm such a fan of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is next level. Like he's right there with Kyle Fletcher on the second tier of stars in AEW. It was a fun match. The right use of blood in this. It was great. And to see Briscoe later on be part of Anarchy in the Arena.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was a nice tip of your hat from Tony Khan to him to let him be part of that.
Oh, you go. Yeah, because like Lord Ryan Rich said, he earned the right to defend the honor of AEW.
Yeah, and that was cool. I don't know if we'll catch that later, so I thought I'd throw that in here. And I give this an A as well.
Yeah. Bleacher Report gave it a B+. So. Okay, match number 4 on the card, or of the main card, is for the AEW World Tag Team titles, the Hurt Syndicate versus the Sons of Texas. This, unsurprisingly, was the shortest match on the card at like just a hair under 13 minutes. We'll go Canada, or we'll start with Trey J Styles.
Yeah,
Sir?
we'll go the other way.
I will never fully grasp the idea that Dustin Rhodes can stand in the ring with a super athletic being like Shelton Benjamin or an absolute powerhouse like Bobby Lashley and last. The fact that man does not turn to dust is his only superpower. Like if plot armor, we all know that plot armor exists in wrestling, and Dustin is taking up way too much real estate right now. Like, you know, you gotta just let this whole pairing should be about Sammy Guevara shining, and Dustin's just taking up way too much real estate in this. And I think that if that wasn't evident in the Ring of Honor matches, that was evident here. Dustin's not the guy that you're building to. Sammy should be. He's the guy that's going to be there for 10, 20 more years, depending on like.
So what's that say about Sammy Guevara?
Right. Right. That's really the nicest thing I say about Sammy Guevara. This match did not have another MJF. I think that they should have been there should have been a few more teasers. Just different things. The barricade spot was just, once again, I don't understand how Dustin gets up from that for a week.
He should still be there right now.
Yeah, he should still be down. Like
they should have had him there during Anarchy in the Arena, just working.
I was about to say he should have just been like Bobby Lashley looks like he could pick up Dustin and beat Sammy Guevara with him.
Yeah.
Like I look at Bobby Lashley as like Hulk versus Loki. Yeah. But this match did everything it needed to do. I mean, it got the Sons of Texas their first loss, puts over the Hurt business. There really wasn't too much doubt.
Syndicate.
Yeah, right. Hurt Syndicate.
It's an easy slip.
Yeah.
Did it on the freaking pre-show.
Yeah.
But you know what I was honestly glad about? I was glad that Cedric didn't show up. I feel like that would have been, now you're getting to the point of overbooking. Like a lot of people wanted Cedric to show up. I didn't want Cedric to show up. I wanted this to keep.
No, I think you're right on that.
Yeah. So that's my. I'm gonna give the match. I'm gonna give the match a C+ because, I mean, it's the Hurt Syndicate versus the Sons of Texas. That's not even fair.
Okay, yeah. So I had no expectations for this match coming in other than the Hurt Syndicate wins.
Mhm.
And they should have won. Sammy Guevara isn't it for me. I don't care to see him wrestle. Ever since before he left for 2 years and teamed him with his wife and they were obnoxious, I was just like, I'm over you. I don't care anymore. And it doesn't help
the fail so bad.
What was that?
Yeah.
I think this is why this pairing fails so bad, because it does nothing to build up Sammy. Like, that should be the goal. You can't go in there and your go home show says we're day one guys, but you're ignoring the other day one guy that just joined the other side, who's better than both of y'all.
Yeah. Like,
and you know it.
I think also part of the problem is when MJF named Sammy Guevara as one of the pillars, that did him no justice.
No.
I think it put an unattainable goal in front of Sammy Guevara that he will never reach.
But I also think that, like, the term pillar has hurt literally everybody that got that term except MJF. Like, every other person
Not Darby. It hasn't hurt Darby.
It hasn't hurt Darby, but I do feel like it put a ceiling for it. It put a line for him to try to attain it. He just hasn't been able to do. Darby's not sustainable.
I mean, it's mostly his fault. He's a
Yeah, it was definitely his fault. Yeah, without question.
Yeah, I'm giving this match just like a C. I agree with you, Trey J. I don't think there was enough MJF shenanigans to my liking, especially for the first time. Exactly. Him being part of the group, and this is your big coming out affair. Yeah.
I mean, he did more trying to get on than he did once he's apart.
Canada Dry, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a good match for what it was. Trade is right. Like, Sammy Guevara, if he's not being fixed through this, to be built back up to where he was, then it's just something for him to do until his contract is over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, at some point in time, you either got to fish or cut bait. Like, this is not working.
Like, maybe you could have an angle where they start fighting or something to get them out of this, but they were literally just fodder.
Yeah.
For the Hurt Syndicate to just make them look like they're
I'll be honest with you. I don't see anyone in this tag division at the moment who isn't just fodder for the Hurt Syndicate.
Well, you have the two big ones, which are the Bucks and the.
But the Bucks and FTR are busy off doing other things. They're not focused on tag team titles right now.
Yeah,
there is literally no one else in this division.
And they're I think they're hesitant to pull that trigger yet.
Yeah, as they should be.
And I give this a B.
Lord Ryan Rich.
This match lasted way too long. There's no way that Sammy Guevara and old-ass Dustin Rhodes, the Sons of Texas, should have gotten anywhere near the amount of offense that they got in this match. I don't care if the Ring of Honor tag champions. I don't care if Dustin is the Ring of Honor trios tag champions. It's not believable, to go back to Trey J's point. It's not believable at all. These dudes, we have seen them go through everybody in under 10 minutes. And now all of a sudden the Sons of Texas are the ones that go past that? Really? That doesn't make sense on a pay-per-view. It doesn't make sense at all. This is a match that should have been on Collision. Not even Dynamite.
I disagree.
Hold on. Collision.
This match should have been on a pay-per-view, but it should have been a completely different type of match. It should have shown that yes, you guys are the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, but the Hurt Syndicate is so far above you. This should have been just a domination. Like,
This should have been on an ROH pay-per-view.
yeah, I can see that.
This should have been on an ROH pay-per-view, not an AEW one. Because if it's not done in 5 minutes, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I will say, I will like the line that MVP had on commentary, where I think it was Excalibur said, "This is just for the AEW tag titles," and MVP was like, "Yeah, because he was too scared to put their titles on the line."
I mean, the thing that
Did you see the sign that someone had out there, Turd Syndicate?
Yeah.
the thing that irritated me the most was Dustin's Code Red. I don't know why that irks me, but I'm like,
Because he's a 60-year-old man who shouldn't be doing that.
it's not even he's a 60-year-old man. It's just
He shouldn't be doing that on them.
Yeah, he shouldn't be doing it on them.
On them.
He is like believing his own hype because he has somehow forgotten he's getting carried through all these matches.
It's just like Shelton Benjamin should have taken Dustin Rhodes and threw him over his head one time.
Yeah.
And then Bobby Lashley comes in for a spear and it's over. Like, I understand wanting to build up Sammy Guevara. This is not the way to do it. It makes him look weak.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. I give it a C-.
What does that say?
I'm back to pass.
Okay.
Yep, we got to pass this one because my rage level is not conducive for this talking about this match anymore.
Yeah, I think the key to this match is overall sentiment is Dustin needs to hang it up.
No, it's not even that. It's not
That's what I feel.
believable.
Yeah.
It's not believable.
Yeah. Neither one of those dudes could hang in this match.
No.
Bobby Lashley is a legit MMA fighter.
Yeah.
And
Shelton Benjamin is a really good fighter too.
Yeah, Shelton Benjamin is
He's an Olympic wrestler, right?
And a championship level, collegiate championship level amateur wrestler, which means he knows how to
NCAA All-Americans.
Absolutely.
And Dustin's the son of a plumber.
And that's fine. That is
Dustin
like 3 years left.
Dustin's just the road that didn't leave.
Yes.
It just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, Bleacher Report gave this match a C+. So
They're dumb.
Well, I gave it a B.
Well, you're dumb
I gave it a
too.
C.
I love you, buddy. I love you, Kennedy.
What?
Okay.
That's it. You gave it a B. I was, you know what? I was gonna take this title to TDS and forget the LRR, but you know what? That just ruined it for me. I can't.
What are you gonna do?
I can't go with
Well, if
that.
it's something simple like that's gonna make you leave, something else is gonna like it.
Okay. Next match, gentlemen. Match number 5.
Brought to you by Miller Lite.
There we go. Unofficial sponsor.
It's half-eaten pack of Mambas.
It
Hey,
is.
did you know that we can actually have DraftKings earn us money here?
No.
Yeah, we just got to put a link down below, and if people click it, we'll get money. So we're check it out.
Yeah.
We have a DraftKings at the end of the show. We'll have it there. And if you
Dude, I've been a FanDuel guy, but I'm done now. I'm on DraftKings.
Yeah. I was looking at this thing of DraftKings,
FanDuel,
and
you
it
can
says,
fuck off.
I was looking at DraftKings because AEW was like saying, yeah, so I'm checking it out. And I'm like, this little button says earn. And I'm like, oh, I want to earn money. I was like, oh, we can
earn money
put a
too.
link to that. There we go.
Dude, that's
Shit.
awesome.
Let's go DraftKings.
Heck yeah.
All right, guys. Next matchup is for the Continental title. It is the challenger, Speedball Mike Bailey, versus champion, Kazuchika Okada. Let's start Canada Dry. What you think?
This was a good match. Like, I am a big Speedball fan.
Wonder why.
Hmm?
Wonder why.
Yeah, he's good. Like this guy,
And Canadian.
yeah, Canadian. He's a Canadian hero.
Well, to be fair, Canada Dry didn't know of Speedball Mike Bailey till he came to AEW.
No, I wasn't a fan until I seen him here in AEW, and like, but Okada, he had the different hair tonight. which I liked. I liked the different look. These guys were putting on a show, and I'm just gonna go out and give this match B+.
Lord Ryan Rich, what are your thoughts, sir?
Guys, I mean, this was fantastic. It was better than I thought it was going to be honest with you. And I've been like, ever since the Battle of Los Angeles, where Speedball won, I think it was 2022. I've been waiting for him to be in AEW. I've been waiting to see some of these type of matches. And I think it's a great style difference between Okada and his strong style and Speedball with his I don't know, it's not karate, is it? He does jiu-jitsu?
No, he's karate.
Is it all straight karate?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Either way, it's still a fun difference in styles. And I really enjoyed this match. And as my son and I were watching, he's like, oh, no, he was calling Speedball. He was like, he's going to hit the spinning back heel kick, and he's going to do something else. And the spot actually happened like 2 minutes before the match ended. And he goes, I told you, Dad, I'm psychic. And I was like, wait just a minute, son. Give it just a second. And there you go. You get the Rainmaker by Okada. This match was fantastic. Like, I really liked the diverse styles. I thought it was a great palate cleanser to go between the different types of matches. I give this a B+.
Timeless Cherry J Styles, what are your thoughts, sir?
I do not care for the Mike Bailey.
Okay.
I do not care for the Mike Bailey. I watched the Mike Bailey when they tried to make him a big deal in TNA. After watching the Mike Bailey, I was actually really glad that for 5 years he was not allowed to come into this country. So that saved me 5 years of completeness.
You don't even call him Speedball.
Damn, dude.
You just call him Mike Bailey.
Man, I'm not making drug references on this show.
Try not to catch a red flag. I get what you're saying.
It's a red flag, damn it.
La Cocaina, Speedball Mike Bailey.
But, you know, Speedball Mike Bailey reminds me of people I used to play Tekken against, where they would just spam kicks. That's all. That's your thing.
That's why you hate him.
That's why I hate him.
Because Cherry J Styles don't know how to stop the kicks.
I sure don't. I sure don't.
We know what to do in Mortal Kombat
I gotta
now.
switch whole characters to change up. I'm like, man, this is bull.
I love you, JJ. I love you, brother.
Here's the thing. Mike Bailey he's one of those guys that he doesn't really have bad matches. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. All hate aside, he does not have bad matches, but he does not have a personality to make me care
Yet.
and I think that's where my disconnect is, because like Canada Dry has basically had him for like 4 months since he got the AEW. I've had him for the last 3 years.
Yeah,
and he showed me nothing. Like, he had an hour-long match with Josh Alexander, which by in-ring standards is fine. But by the time the next show came on, I didn't give a damn anymore because there was nothing to make me hang on to it. And I think those are the things that, like, to me, hurt his longevity in the end.
like Ricochet has showed us new layers of his character coming to
Yes.
AEW.
Yes.
We haven't gotten that from Alexander either.
No.
Josh Alexander.
And that was one of my big knocks about Alexander. That's why I always say Ethan Page was the better half of the North. But,
yeah, personality over wrestling skill, right?
Oh, absolutely. And that's what sells. Like, I don't have a Mike Bailey t-shirt,
I don't
but
know.
I have a Rainmaker Okada
know.
t-shirt.
Tell Dean Malenko that.
Dean
And
Malenko,
Dean Malenko was the least successful guy in the Radicals.
Oh, I don't think so.
He
Dean
was
Malenko's
least
my favorite
successful
wrestler of all time.
He was the least successful in WWE, but in WCW, that man was a boss.
yeah.
Dude, his Hog
He
Wild
ran
match
that
in
group.
96
He had a ceiling. He was light
Ultimo
heavyweight
Dragon
champion.
Is
TV
one of
champion.
the best
He was
matches
U.S.
of all
champion for a
time.
good while, though. He had a good run as U.S. champion.
Okay, so my thoughts. I have been on the record. We talked about it today on the All Within Wrestling show. I said it Wednesday night when we reviewed Dynamite. This match depends on which Okada we get. Are we getting 3-star Okada or are we getting 5-star Okada? We didn't get either. We got like a 4-star Okada. So I am pleasantly happy with this match because you could see Okada starting to come out of his shell a little and actually putting in effort. Like some of those drop kicks, the timing is just impeccable. It's ridiculous. I like Speedball Mike Bailey. I agree with you. He needs a character other than I'm the karate guy.
First of
But-
all, it's Taekwondo. Yeah.
Whatever.
You know, they need a little Mr. Miyagi to take him to the ring.
Speaking of which, I do want to see that new Karate Kid movie that's coming out.
I do too.
Even though the previews shows you the whole movie, I still want to see it.
Timeless, what did you give this for grade?
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a solid C. Like I said, Joe's right. The match, regardless of what match we were gonna get, it was gonna be dependent heavily on which Okada we got, and we got a pleasantly we got a work rate Okada.
Yes. I think he has to get in tune for what's coming it all in, personally.
Yes.
Oh yeah, all in. I just hope they don't over hype it.
Yeah, they're going to.
Just let them cook.
Okay, but yeah.
What did you give this?
What was that?
What grade did you give it?
I'm giving this like a B+.
You liked it?
Yeah, of course I liked it, and Bleacher Report also gave these guys a B+. So
Trey J just he's the only downer out of this group.
I am.
It's okay.
I told you.
He's allowed to not like somebody.
I made sure to preface my dislike ahead of
I
time.
know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I wanted to make sure that everybody knew it. It's no, he is capable of putting on a good match.
Okay. Up next, match number 6 for the AEW Women's World Title. We got champion Toni Storm taking on the challenger Mina Shirakawa. Let's go with Lord Ryan Rich. I'll let you talk first.
I enjoyed this match a lot because Mina tried to do something that is wrestling smart. She tried to take out Tony's legs, and one leg in particular. And I feel like in women's matches, we don't get this enough. We don't get the old school wrestling style of just working down on one body part, grinding away to try to get what you want. So I really liked Mina's approach in the match. Timeless Toni Storm is on another level, though.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that worried me about this match was the fact that Mina had beaten Mercedes for the New Japan. What is it?
Actually, no. Azumi pinned Mina. Mercedes was not in the decision at all.
Oh, was it a 4-way or whatever?
It was a 3-way. It was a triple threat match.
Either way, I was still worried that TK would try to make that connection. So I was pleasantly surprised that I was right, because I think everyone wants to watch Mercedes and Tony at this point. That's the match. If you're going to have Mercedes beat Athena, this is the next logical step.
Correct.
Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So I really enjoyed the match, and I would give it a B+.
Treasure Styles, you're up, sir.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Toni Storm is Toni Storm's popularity right now is like the early days of the man Becky Lynch. She can't do anything wrong. There is absolutely no wrong that happens here. When she loses, it's damn, that sucks. But you still got that feeling she gonna bounce back. It's no problem. This is why it almost doesn't matter who you put across the ring from her. Yes, Mina is probably better than some of the other people that have been in eliminator matches with her. But in the end, it didn't matter. We're trying to get to an end goal, which is Tony versus Mercedes at All In. Anything that
Which is why I would have rather had Sky Blue in this match.
Right.
No, honestly, she should have won coming back in her return match in her hometown. She should have won that match and gone on to this because it doesn't matter in the end.
Yeah. But I think that's part of the issue, though. The book, like, we're getting the destination matters so much more than the journey, and that's not really how it goes, because it's gonna be weird watching the promos with them back and forth. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be. I think it's going to be a very good match, but I think that some of the build is going to be really disjointed for this going forward, and I think that's one of the issues that we have with some of the Joshi wrestlers in general, because she's good in ring is not a personality type. So match to me gets a B. It was serviceable. It got another challenger out there. Oh, somebody finally beat Toni Storm in an eliminator match, but let's be real, nobody's beaten Toni Storm twice in a row. If Mariah May couldn't do it, it wasn't happening.
Yeah, you're right. I liked the match. I thought it was fun. Once again, I'm giving this like a B plus because once again, I don't think this was the best women's match on the card. And I'm sorry, Anarchy. I'm not counting Anarchy as a women's match. It's
You have to though. The women were in business.
Yes. I thought that this match was absolutely timeless. I love Toni Storm, but I'm anxious to get that belt off of her. I want Mercedes to hold that gold. And I think Trey J's right. I think it didn't matter who was in this match. You just needed to keep Tony relevant and defend the title, and it's achieved that while entertaining us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm giving this a B as well.
I will say I do have one concern, and this is my concern with any time they put two belts, like a world title and a secondary title on one person. I don't understand. Short of like, how are you going to get one title off of Mercedes if she wins the world title? Because
we were talking about it. We were talking about it this morning. Like, we think that she should go on a losing spiral after her.
It's too late though. It's literally 48 days until All In. That is not enough time to tell a story of her losing her title, hitting rock bottom, and then coming back to win the world.
No,
title.
but you can lose the TBS title.
No, you can't. You can't do that though. You can't have her lose the TBS title between here and All In, because that kills the prestige. That kills the prestige of this match. So my biggest concern is there's obviously there's two things. Either A, Mercedes doesn't win it All In, or
if
B,
you're not doing that, you make her surrender the title afterwards. Because
I don't like that though. She's been a champion for so damn long. You're basically saying it was pointless having her world champion because she's not our champion because she's not putting someone over by losing the title to that person. And if she has both titles, then if she gets pinned for the TBS title, well, clearly this person who's the TBS champion could also be the world champion.
Joe put that title in the middle of the ring when he went for the world title. Like, I like it because I think it's like I am going to put everything into this world title that I can't even focus on these things anymore.
We'll see. Okay. Next match. We're talking about Anarchy in the arena. How Canada Dry, when you said that you smiled the whole time during that stretcher match, dude, I was laughing and smiling the whole time for Anarchy in the arena. I lost my shit when Bodies started playing. Like, I loved.
How perfect is that music, Joe?
It's freaking amazing. I loved it.
They also teased us with the shitty. I'm so excited because
it was on Dynamite for a week.
Yeah, the fans were making fun of that. And they played right into it.
Yeah. But then I love the Bucks coming out to the Gettysburg Address in old school Civil War garb, and they stuck the bit and wrestled the whole match in those things, which I thought had to be hot as fuck because they were moving around. and then Swerve with that fucking staple gun had me rolling.
That was the best. That was the best. Just that, and then he takes it in the tongue.
Ooh.
That was the best.
Enough talking from me. Trey J Styles, you can have first go for everything else that you would like to say.
So I feel bad about this because I was watching Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams during the most part, a lot of this part. But the part that I did see, I came back when like all hell was breaking loose. So that's why I say like watching Willow like and Marina go to town was amazing. Like watching her double spear the Bucks. Powerhouse Hobbs was like just. I don't know. It was like the part that I like was when Willow took off the overalls. He had the big black and Jack shirt.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. It's just, this match was so great. This is why. But if you guys remember on the forum, on the AFW forum, I said which is better, Anarchy in the Arena or Stadium Stampede. The next time I do that, I'm gonna make sure that that's like one of those poll questions or where the highest one gets the point.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Because to me, Anarchy in the Arena is such a better concept.
Yeah.
It's a better match. It feels like you can't get, you can't go full sandbox, in a match. That's what Stadium Stampede used to do. We went full sandbox. And the match, I think, suffers from it, which makes it so hard to try to one-up it later. But those moments that still happen in the arena, that makes it worthwhile. Those moments are so great. It's so great to have it so contained, but it still be chaotic. I mean, there were people going through tables, like people getting choked out. Like it was like 4 people getting choked out at the same time during that match. Swerve bringing back the thumbtacks in the shoe that the Young Bucks used to do. Kenny Omega is a machine. Like
Can I ask you a question really quick? Because what does this mean to have 3 black athletes in this match? What does this mean for like AEW and for black people in general?
Well, I think as a whole, it's representation. I mean, you got to look at things in terms of like people like to see themselves on TV. It's kind of like the WNBA didn't get like popular until Caitlin Clark showed up, because people could she had a story people could get behind, and yet you could follow that career. Like people like Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird, they had been in the league for years, but you really didn't know their story. So it's kind of like I didn't really watch women's soccer that much, right? I mean, I knew about like what was it, Solo and all those girls from way back in the day.
Yeah,
Rapinoe. But like now I'm kind of like into women's soccer because Trinity Rodman, Dennis Rodman's daughter, is the greatest soccer player on the planet. Like that's cool to me. I'm like, oh, that's a really important step right there. That representation matters. So to see Swerve and Willow and Powerhouse in there, for one, Powerhouse has to be one of the people they have to look at and say, okay, we built that. Like
from the ground up.
Yeah, from absolutely.
I think it says something because Powerhouse Hobbs was teamed up with the world champ almost strictly this whole match.
Yeah. The part that I loved the most, and I don't know why I love it the most, I can't even really fully explain it, was when Nick Jackson used a staple gun on Powerhouse Hobbs. And they said, what the hell was that going to do? This man's been shot before. And I was like, he's absolutely right. Like, you can't top that. Like, it's just so many different things that went right with this match.
We needed 50 Cent in the match.
We got Hook. We got some Hook. And that's going to kick off another kind of storyline, I think. We got Briscoe.
Absolutely.
The fact that, you basically stuffed the Death Riders into an ambulance and then held the door because you knew the Bucks, because Swerve had been buck hunting, you needed the Bucks to be the ones to take this loss.
Okay.
Bad guy shouldn't win this match.
Absolutely not.
Bad guy shouldn't win this match. And really, that's the only reason I even went with the Swerve's team, because bad guy shouldn't win this match. because they messed up with Stadium Stampede when the Inner Circle lost that match the first time. And ever since then, after that, if you weren't going to have them win and you weren't going to have MJF's group win, from this point on, you basically have created a situation where good guys don't lose this match.
Didn't the bad guys win last year?
Yeah, because then they go on to face each other at Blood and Guts, and the faces normally win. That's why I went with the Death Riders, because it's almost a formula. The heels win at Anarchy in the Arena, and the faces come back and win at Blood and Guts.
Trey, what'd you give this out of score?
I'll give this is an A+. I mean, entertainment, yes. Wrestling, yes. Like hardcore, yes. This is everything. It was everything, and there were so many memorable moments from it that are gonna stick with me. So
before we go to Lord Ryan and Rich, I just want to give a shout out to Kenny Omega and to Swerve with Captain Omega and the Predator. Those fucking, I lost my shit when Omega came out as Captain Omega. I went fucking, because I'm a Marvel guy. You all know this.
Yeah, and the Predator was freaking cool as well. I have a question. I'm gonna set you up for a home run. Okay, Lord Ryan Rich, you ready? Here's the pitch. Was this the greatest Anarchy in the Arena yet?
Nope.
Whoa.
Not even close.
You are.
And it's a foul ball.
It's not.
Let's hear him out.
I enjoyed the first Anarchy in the Arena more than I did this one.
I don't even remember the first Anarchy in the Arena.
Well, I'm sorry. I just remember the empty stadium, and I remember Sammy Guevara getting run over by a car.
That's Stadium Stampede, not Anarchy.
Whatever, it's all the same.
No, it's not.
It's whatever. It's all the same. They only called it Stadium Stampede because they couldn't have anyone in the fucking arena. It's all the same thing. It's the same match. Miss me with all that stuff. I love the match. The match itself is fun. It's always fun. It doesn't matter who wins. It's always a fun match. I don't like it because I think you have your faces on the go-home match winning, so you need to counteract that. You need to continue the story for Blood and Guts. I don't think that this happens this way. I love the Captain Omega. I love the Predator, but this doesn't make any sense to me. Not even
unless this doesn't go to Blood and Guts.
Yeah, the other question I have for you
guys.
But
why? Everyone else has.
Everyone else does doesn't mean this has to.
Well, then it's not a tradition anymore.
I'm just curious here. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Does your prediction on the form affect your enjoyment of the outcome?
I can't say that it doesn't. That would be lying.
Yeah.
But I pick what I pick because I think it's the best storyline wise.
Yeah,
and for me,
it takes away a little bit of enjoyment.
It's to me, I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, it doesn't make sense for the future. So to me, my picks are always guided by what I think is going to be upcoming, never what I think is right now. I always try to think towards the future, and maybe that's wrong in the land of prediction worlds, and that's fine. But to me, if I'm telling a story, I need it to be back and forth. You already showed the Team Ops coming out on top on the Go Home show. You need your world champion and his faction to show that they're not just some run-of-the-mill guys on the block. You have the Bucks, who are the EVPs, who are 3-time World Tag Team Champions, plus the Death Riders, who have been absolutely almost indestructible for like the last year. And then all of a sudden, just because you want to play on some nostalgia bait, you have Team AEW win. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Lord,
I give the match an A-. I give the match an A- because it's fun as hell, but I don't agree with the ending.
I just want to know, is this true? Did you tickle this person as a child?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I?
They're the same age.
Look, I'm just going to let you know now, in about 20 minutes, that rant you just got from Lord Ryan Rich, there's another one coming down the pike.
It's just about to go down.
Oh. Teddy Bear, I'm right there with you, and I'm going to be on the same hole as you are.
Just gotta take this with me.
Where's he going?
Oh,
Hey, you know what? I love Trey J. He is my brother, and if I had to lose to anyone, it would not be to anyone else but him. I love this man with all my heart and all my
Absolutely.
soul.
That title is very pretty though. I like that big gold.
It is.
So let me give you guys a quick story about this. So a long time ago, there was a guy who used to predict. He passed away last year, and back in December,
You don't have the middle fingers, Trey J.
No, it doesn't.
You don't have the middle fingers, buddy.
But I met up with his widow over Christmas break, and one of the things that she gave me was this belt, and that's why it says PPO, because that was the name of his league. But she was like, out of everybody, I think he would have wanted you to have this because keep the game and everything. And you guys know, last year I lost two people that were really important to me in this game. So it's just been
Hands up.
Absolutely. And then like I said, I really want to say a third person because I'd say I love JBB. So
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
I will say,
Hey,
looking at your two respective titles makes me realize how much I hate the current WWE titles.
I agree.
The old titles just had such character and class.
AFW's bringing it back, baby. Okay.
Oh yeah.
AFW's bringing the Golden Eagle back. The double middle fingers up. Trey J.
Double barrel fingers, baby.
Hey, this is what you won, buddy. This is what you won. And I know you don't ever disrespect it.
You know me.
Don't ever disrespect it.
It's been a minute since I've been champ. Last time we even had a title match, we went against Joe.
You know what? And I'm proud to say that I've carried this belt for AFW. I'm glad. I'm proud that I had this belt made especially for AFW because each and every one of you lift me up every single day. And
so in other words,
day that goes by that I'm not proud that I have held this championship.
So what you're saying is
day.
We're the wind beneath your wings is what you're saying.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Sorry, I had to give that little Stone Cold throwback.
I love my belt.
I just want to give a shout out to the people here tonight that can be part of the show. We got some A-listers. Eve B. Joe, Timeless Trey Styles, Lord Ryan Rich. This is a good group of people to do this after show. I don't know if you ever catch some of these random after shows done by fans. These are some greasy motherfuckers sometimes.
At least we're good looking people.
Yes, look at we're good looking.
No,
and
I'm
we're
gonna be funny. I watch some of those shows and I feel like some of the people are incomplete.
Do you see these chops?
Have you ever seen 78 a person that the bar stopped at 78% complete? That's how some of these folks look, and I'm just like,
they don't have the Canada Dry's beautiful.
Good thing this face card don't decline,
To quote Dr. Montalban from 40-Year-Old Virgin, you think this is an accident?
Okay, gentlemen.
Guys, AFW for fucking ever.
That's right.
AFW forever. That was almost the name of this channel.
Man, it's gonna be a terrible time for me to announce my retirement, huh? No problem. I want to do it.
Look, you can retire. Don't mean you leaving, okay?
Right.
There's a difference.
It's like
Look, you just told us you're going to be coming on
No, bullshit. If you're retiring, I want my belt back.
No, but you just told us you're coming on Dynamite After Dark. So,
I'm here. Oh yeah, I'm here. Don't worry. Trust me.
Okay, guys, it is 2 a.m. here on the East Coast, so we got 2 more matches to go.
Yeah.
Match number 8, the death spot, as I'm calling it, because it's basically what it was, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It is trios match, the Don Callis family versus Paragon. Don Callis family wins. At the end, Paragon tries to get the heat back and just the Don Callis family just descends on the ring and says, nah, we're done with this. But then we get Brody King, Tomohiro Ishii, and goddamn the ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Did not see that coming whatsoever.
I didn't either.
Trey J. Styles, give us your thoughts.
I was here for it. Okay, I didn't give a damn about this match. Okay,
Neither did I.
Honestly, like I felt like when I saw the Murderers Row that they put together for the Don Callis family, and Brian Cage and Lance Archer weren't in the match, I was like, oh snap, they're gonna win. And I'm sorry, I just can't. Like, Adam Cole can win a match, but you could put a gun to my head and tell me that I have to bet my life savings and everything I have on Paragon to win a match, and I'm like, pull the goddamn trigger. Like, not even a thing.
There's no way that they should beat Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher, even if it's a 2-on-3.
Yeah. I was just not.
But I mean, I can kind of guess what your grade may be. What kind of grade you giving this, Trey J. Styles?
I'm giving my for the grade, I'm giving it an A.
Oh, really?
Not because of the match, because of the segment. Y'all know that my disdain for Tomohiro Ishii is legendary. Like, I'm sorry, you can't put a man with no neck in a headlock. Okay, that's first and foremost. But I like to see the fact that Brody King is getting some airtime, and the fact that like Hiroshi Tanahashi is there, even though, let's be honest, he cannot really perform.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Nope.
Because what was it? That Sling Blade was awful.
Yes.
That Sling Blade was ass. But the fact that they can still pull out a surprise like that is still what makes the segment good.
I will say, when Brody turned around, I thought wholeheartedly we were getting Buddy Murphy back.
When he turned around, I thought we were getting Darby.
That would have been good too.
I was like, snap, Darby that made it back off the mountain.
Lord Ryan Rich, what are your thoughts, sir?
The match was fun. Like, I had a good time watching the match.
Yeah, the work rate of the match was fun.
There's no way though that the Don Callis family should not win.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just looking in body of the last 6 months, how do you go against the Protostar? Like, take Takeshita out of the match, take Josh Alexander out of the match. When you look at everyone else, how do you not put the Don Callis family on top? Because the Paragon is great and all, but
not.
They're not believable.
I have a question. Do you know who won this match?
Do I? Yeah, the Don Callis family.
Okay, because you're talking like they lost. I'm just making sure.
The thing is, I don't think that they should have gotten as much offense as they did, kind of like in the Hurt Syndicate and the Sons of Texas match.
Adam Cole is still the TNT champion, so.
Okay, so
the Paragon are your third best tag team after FTR and.
Yeah, says you. The Paragon is garbage. They're garbage. They're a bunch of nobodies that nobody cares about right now. Adam Cole is TNT champion, which is the belt that no one cares about anymore. So, good for you, buddy. This match should not even have been close. Not even a little bit. I don't like the placement on the match. The only reason why this placement on the match is okay is because of what I talked about with Trey J in private chats, is that it's a palate cleanser for the main event. Yeah. Outside of that, this match is garbage. It should not have been the last match leading into your main event. I would have rather
this should have been a buy-in match.
Exactly. It was the level of a free buy-in match.
Here's my question.
I had the ladies lead in with Megan Bain, and then
you can't. You can't do that to them. You can't have the. You want the women to follow Anarchy in the arena?
Yes. If you want a palate cleanser, yeah.
I don't.
Especially
so
with Mercedes.
What do you give the grade of this, Lord Rich, so we can move on after I
B plus.
After all that.
Okay, Canada, you got anything?
It's not a bad match. I just don't like the placement.
Yeah, I didn't really originally like the place, but as soon as you consider the cool down / palate cleanser, it's fine. And it's a little bit of a promotional after spot for Forbidden Door.
Mm-hmm.
So it is just that. It's just a cool down match to set you
Forbidden
up for
Door is so far away, though.
the main event.
Well, it's not. It's always in June.
It's in August this year.
Really?
They moved because it's in Wembley. They're giving them Forbidden Door in
Was that
August.
Wembley, not the O2 Arena like originally?
I'm sorry, O2. Yeah, you're right. O2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't
But,
realize
I
it's
give
always,
this,
it's almost always in June. So
I give this a B-.
I like this match, but I would have done the ending differently. I would have had Kyle Fletcher pin Adam Cole to set up a TNT title match.
Yeah.
It's the only thing different. That's it. Now, we are on to our main event, which is the Owen Hart Cup men's final of Hangman Adam Page versus Will Ospreay. And you're going to let me go first because I'm going to sit there and get my shit out, and then you all can be happy if you want.
All right.
I'm going to start this off by saying I love the match. But as a fan of someone who is going to All In, I fucking hate that Hangman Adam Page won. I've seen Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley 3 freaking times now. I don't need it a 4th time. It's to the point I will be rooting for Jon Moxley at All In, and I did not think All Elite Wrestling could get me to do that.
the Death Riders is all Joe.
Like, I'm starting to feel with Tony Khan like I do with Triple H that he doesn't know how to pull the trigger when the iron is hot on someone. You're fucking over Will Ospreay. I don't want to hear, oh, he can win the title in Wembley. You just had him lose yet another big match.
Mm-hmm.
He should have fucking won tonight. This should have been the victory lap of Will Ospreay and the resurgence of AEW, and they fucked it up.
Yeah, because Tony Khan still mistakenly believes that Hangman has main character energy, and he doesn't.
Okay, so what are you giving this grade-wise, Joe?
I mean, I can't go below like an A-. As much as I hated it, the match was absolutely
Yeah,
phenomenal.
you just hated the
I hate it more for what it means for me come July 12th.
Yeah.
More than in the moment.
Yeah.
I just hate the fact that it bothers Rich. See, I'm immune to silly shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm immune to like bad booking now.
It's because you watch a lot of Triple H's WWE.
Yeah, that's facts. You know, it's like it's lazy, and that's really what happens a lot of times. A lot of it's lazy, and I think it's like, you know, it's too much of saying let's go back to what didn't work. From an in-ring standpoint, it's one of the best matches that AEW's put on. It's one of the best main events that AFW put on. It's the only main event that I think could have followed that Anarchy in the Arena.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
did say that last week. That is the only match that can follow it.
Yeah. This Double or Nothing was honestly built around that match. Not the Owen tournament, that match.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of was just built around that. Case in point, the reason why I picked Hangman to win is because Hangman gets a lot of credit for what we're told he is. We're told that he's the main character of AEW. We're told that he is one of the toughest people ever. We're told that he has overcome so much. We're told, we don't really see it though.
Yep.
Like we see a dude that, I don't know, The first 2 years of AEW, he was drunk. Then he had a kid. Then he got jealous of Swerve. Like, we're told that he's been through so much, and it's like, bro, everything character-wise is self-inflicted.
Yeah.
But yet we're supposed to still believe in you as that guy. Like, it almost kind of felt insulting that he used Swerve's move in the match. Like, I don't know. The amount of plot armor that Hangman has always had has always bothered me. Like, Hangman kicks out of more finishers than Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And
I will say I'm glad that they didn't hit the One Wing Angel, because that would have pissed me off if he would have kicked out of it.
yeah,
That is like the most protected finisher in all of wrestling.
Yeah.
No one kicks out of it except for Kenny Omega himself.
So, Timeless Trader, what did you give this grade wise?
I gave the match an A. It was an A match.
Yeah.
It was an A match, but it makes me mad because it hurts my friend's feelings.
Lord Ryan Rich.
Yeah, I will try to follow that. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why for 2 years you have built Will Ospreay up to be this, and he's had his losses. He's had his losses. And this is the time where you can put him on the biggest stage, probably one of the highest paid wrestlers that you have.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, you go back to the same old, same old. I get that Hangman needed it.
Did he, though?
But this is the thing. If you're going to tell his story, he needs to really hit rock bottom. And this is where he hits rock bottom, just when he thinks he has the crowd back, when he has the fans back, when he has everything going for him, you pull the rug out from under him. That's a more compelling story. And so, yeah, my feelings are a little bit hurt. I'll say that. I'm not too big to not admit that. I didn't want to lose my title that way. Because I don't think it's best for business. I think John Cena winning against Cody Rhodes is best for business. I don't think this is best for business. I think this is just regurgitating the same shit. All for nothing. It doesn't make sense. So
Okay.
for that, I give the
Can-
match C minus.
Can I say something? Real quick, Kanajai, before you go. This is really my big problem with this. Because Cade said this in our group chat. They're like, oh, they're saving Will to win at the O2 in London. Okay. So that means that either A,
Why can't he defend there?
so that means that either A, that Hangman does not win at All In and Will still beats him, so they should have just did that shit at All In, your biggest show of the year, or Hangman is going to be a transitional champion. And what was the problem with everyone saying with his first title? It sucked because he didn't do anything. He was basically a transitional champion. So they're going to fucking repeat it again, except it's going to be even worse because it's going to be like a 2-month reign. Or, God forbid, you have fucking Hangman Page beat Will Ospreay in London, and then that place is going to fucking riot, and I don't blame him. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Canada Jai.
All right, so we should have seen it all along. There's a belt buckle on All In. We should have clued in all along.
He's not from Texas.
I
from
know,
Virginia.
but it's Cowboy shirt. That's what they're going for you.
Yep.
I don't care though.
That's what
That's
they're going
dumb.
Did I not have you say Virginia with so much disdain?
That's dumb.
He said from Virginia.
That's what they're going with there. I also wanted Will Ospreay to win. And I'm curious what they do with Will here. I don't know what they're going to do with Will here.
Nothing. They're going to fucking bide their time, and he's going to win some other fucking stupid tournament
So now
to
you
go
got
to
your
O2.
So now you got your two biggest stars of Will Ospreay and Swerve sitting in the waiting room for their shot at title again. And
honestly, I'm more mad because what should have fucking happened is we should have gotten Will for the title, and then fucking what I wanted is Swerve and Hangman to go and fucking destroy the Bucks for a full circle moment for Hangman, which is so much better storytelling than what the fuck we're getting right now.
So for what this was, I thought the match was great. And I do think that that was the best anarchy in the arena that we've ever seen. Like
Mr. Isaacs.
Oh, we got Mr. Isaacs in that comment?
Yeah.
The Dusty declared it. Oh my goodness. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Isaacs.
Yeah, man. Long time no talk.
Yeah. He's on a sabbatical. He'll be back.
That's so funny.
He'll be back with the AFW network before we know it. We'll be getting his quips and one-liners.
I don't know. Not as
his sexy radio.
Not if Tony Khan keeps booking AEW like he is right now. I don't think Mr. Isaacs wants to come back.
Yeah, I'm curious what the next thing for but I felt this way with Swerve as well when Swerve didn't
I mean, Swerve got lucky because there was somewhere for him to go.
Mm-hmm.
There was the EVPs. There is nothing for Will
that we know of.
No, there's nothing for Will.
Nothing.
Every story, everything.
Yeah,
there's nothing that will be as good as competing for the world title.
And the Owen.
Well, the fairness, Swerve going after the Bucks is not as good.
I disagree because he's feuding with legitimately two of the top stars in AEW in Nick and Matt Jackson.
Yeah, but it's not as good as the world title.
No, but it's a story.
Yeah,
but it's still somewhere and something for Swerve to do after having lost the title.
All right, let's if anyone have anything else to say before we go to the flower shop? You guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, let's go to the flower shop. Welcome to the flower shop, brought to you by ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can pick up all your Adrian Adonis gear, just like this shirt you're looking at right now. So we're going to start off we're going to give our gold medal of the night, our silver medal of the night, and our bronze medal of the night. And then you're going to give the rating of what you give the show. So, EVP Joe.
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay. So, bronze is the stretcher match. Silver is Mercedes Moné match. And my gold is Anarchy in the Arena. The ending of Will knocked it out of the top three for me. That's how much I hated it. And then what else?
And what's your rating out of 5?
4.75. I can't give it a 5. It pissed me off so much that I can't give this a 5.
But it was a great show.
Yes, if Will would have won, I would have gave this a 5, if not a 5.5. Honestly.
All right, Lord Ryan Rich.
My bronze, I'm gonna give bronze. I'm gonna give to Haley Cameron and Anna
Harley
Jay.
Cameron.
Yeah, Harley. My bad. I'm half
Haley's her sister.
Someone's
Okay,
that is
Steve,
me
I
saying
apologize.
Harley Quinn.
My man.
Harley and Anna, I give that as my bronze because it was time for them to finally go over.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it was free TV or not, I'm glad about that. My silver match, I'm going to say Anarchy in the Arena because it was fun. It was so fun. I really enjoyed the match. Even though I didn't like the finish, I really enjoyed the match. For my gold match, I'm giving it to Mercedes because that was the best way to open up your pay-per-view, in my opinion. Like, it meant something. They both showed a lot of heart. And I honestly, while I was watching with my son, that was one of the matches that I was the most hyped at, like watching live, was that match. So I give that my gold. As far as Bell's gonna go, the finale just takes so much away from me. I love the show, but I'm gonna give it a 4.3.
All right, Trey J.
All right. My bronze medal, of course, is going to be we'll share that with Rich. It is Harley, Cameron, Anna Jay going over. That's a great feud. But I kind of hope it's done now. And I hope everybody involved can move into something new. Silver medal is still going to be Will Ospreay versus Hangman. Just from a work rate standpoint, match standpoint, the number of times I thought it was over. I gotta give it its props. I understand that most people don't like the ending, but I gotta give it its props. And then of course, Anarchy in the Arena is the gold medal. I think that is not only setting the standard for how like these Bedlam matches should go. It was a really exciting time, and adding women into the match did not detract from it.
Nope.
I give the show a 4.25, which is still a solid B.
The teacher has spoken.
Right.
You're solid B, but you can work on it and you get an A, son.
Right. You know, there were definitely some room. There was definitely room for improvement. Like I said, the work rate was great. I think there are just too many moments where there's not enough story or personality to carry after this. Like, none of you guys are going to be thinking about Okada versus Speedball after this. That's slightly problematic.
All right, and I'll go next. My bronze medal is it is the stretcher match. My silver medal is the main event with Will Ospreay and Hangman, and Anarchy Arena is my gold medal. That just like EVP, I smiled through that the whole thing too. Just such good spots, and
Like said, yeah. The only thing that would have made it better is if they would have had more than just bodies play. If they would have had another two songs lined up, because to keep playing, I think that would have made it that much more.
And then they end with the Swerve music. Swerve got his comeuppance, and the little bit of fire as they're going through the table was a nice little highlight as well. I give this show a 4.75 as well. What's our cumulative score?
4.5.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad. Mm-mm. Overall, it's a good show. No titles, changed hands, and it was still really good.
Yeah. I called that this morning too. Remember, you asked me.
Yeah, and I think that was
it was the right call.
Because we're 6 weeks. All in is where that's going to happen.
Yeah, we're 6 weeks away from the season finale.
Right, and you don't need to change titles when you're crowning two people the Owens.
Yeah.
No.
So I guess that's our show. Like I said, hit that DraftKings link later on after the show, and you can find our Facebook community. We're 16K now, and you can also pick up a shirt, just like this one here. We got some cool shirts coming on the horizons here. You know, we talk about the Red Flag Society. There's a Red Flag Society shirt, and if you've seen what this design looks like, it's really rock and roll. It's really cool. And I guess that's it. On behalf of EVP Joe, on behalf of Lord Ryan Rich, and Timeless Trading Day, why don't you give us the Just Keep Fighting speech?
You guys, many times in your life, you're going to find out that you feel like you're too busy. You feel like you're not exactly available the way you want to. But every so often you have a moment and your friends are there and they remind you that even though it's been a while, they still love you and they appreciate you and they make you feel welcome as if you haven't missed a day. And that's how I feel today. And it reminds me to just keep fighting.
That Trey J Styles, I tell you, he's an up and comer. He's gonna be president one day.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been Tony Schiavone for the All Fan Wrestling Network.
Tony Schiavone. See you later, guys. Have a good night.
See, have a good night, everybody.
All right now.